My name is Sarah N. Tuned. This is my CRX. All right, so I'm Brandon. I co-own U-Wrench with Fred.
Hi guys, my name is Brandon and this is my clapped out CRX. I didn't pass English class so I have a hard time summarizing. So let's jump straight to the interesting parts. Before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's talk about the suspension and brakes. This part will be very boring to most of you. Skip ahead to get back to the entertaining parts of the video. Please. Now that you've stayed, listen to me list things off incredibly fast.
Stock master cylinder, deleted brake booster, deleted OEM prop valve. I have a custom adjustable rear prop valve. I have custom lines in it that I ran for front and rear brakes. The front calipers are Willwood Superlights. The front knuckles are off of an 88 Accord LXI. The rotors are off of a 2013 Accord Touring made in Japan. They were re-drilled for 4-lug because they're 5-lug. The rear brakes are DA Integra. I run Hawk DTC 70 pads. I run the cheapest rotor I can buy. The suspension that I have is Fortunato Dreadnought, 2-way adjustable remote reservoir. It is 12K front, 16K rear spring rates. I have a stock front sway bar, 18 millimeter. I have a ASR 25.4 millimeter rear sway bar with the subframe brace. I have spherical rear trailing arm bushings, K-Sport rear camber and rear toe kit, PCI front upper control arms with a spherical ball joint, energy suspension bushings on everything else. My wheels were interesting because the brakes on my car with the offset that I needed and how they're set up. The wheels, I had to find a company that would allow for the brake size that I have. So I found a company called Youngblood Racing. They custom made me 15x9 plus 14s. And they're 3-piece wheels. Their Youngblood 305s is what the face style is. They're 15x9, 12.9 pounds a wheel. That's how much my old 15x7s used to weigh. They're wrapped in 225/45 Hoosier R7s right now.
I know this must be killing some of you inside. Hang in there. Let's let Christian take over with some of his spicy editing, and I'll unenthusiastically drone on about the engine in this shitbox.
Time to blow it up on the dyno. The engine that's in it right now is a K20A3 out of the base model RSX. The transmission is out of a RSX Type S, so it's the 6-speed. I ended up putting a 07 Civic Si LSD in it because the RSX transmissions don't come with an LSD. Had the head decked, had springs and titanium springs and retainers put in it. Ended up putting in VTEC killer setup, and I used the K20A3 exhaust rockers and put them on the intake side. I put in K20 Z3 cams that I got for free from a customer. All in all, in the end, my VTEC killer setup ended up costing me $100. I'd say not that bad with how much we made at the dyno, which was 191 wheel horsepower. The clutch in it is an Excetti Stage 1. It has a stock flywheel. I like the more weight. I have an Excetti Stage 1 because I had one before and it lasted 4 years of racing, just beating the hell out of the car. And this one was actually broken in on track.
Okay. We are nearing the end. Thankfully Christian was here to save this video. I am going to tell you about some of the things I did to the interior. Then Christian and Fred will end this video with style.
The roll cage is a 6-point roll cage. It has top X for the halo. It has a rear X. It has a NASCAR door bar only on the driver's side. X door bar on the passenger side. I chose the NASCAR door bar so that I had more elbow room. I have my racing seat. It's a halo racing seat. The rest of the interior is completely gutted. The dash is the stock dash, but it's cut up so that I just have the top, and I kept the stock gauge cluster. We ended up bedlinering the interior.
There's just a lot of tinfoil.
Today I am Peeble. I would really prefer it if you referred to me by my proper name, which is not Fred, it's Peeble. Brandon prepped the floor in his race car for some bed liner. We're gonna put some of this here catch-all because he didn't do a very good job prepping it. And then I'm just gonna spray some bed liner and hopefully it sticks enough that, you know, just gotta work my way around this bike, this Tercel, this racing seat, and Jeff's poop. Kind of wondering if I should, I don't know if I should mix up a whole nother like bottle of it. I'm only gonna spray this little section and then it needs to sit for an hour before I put the second coat on. And I don't want it to like harden up like 3/4 of a bottle when I feel like I could just put a thick coat on the back right here and just like call it good. When I haven't been painting stuff for a really long time, I start feeling kind of weak. And then once I inhale some of the fumes and I get the chemicals back in my system, feeling like Superman.